Hey everyone, welcome back to Hills and Hollers Homesteading and Prepping. Homesteader Mike here, and believe it or not, I finally got this done. Well, not all of it. I won't get ahead of myself, but I got the most of it done. These were the latches I was telling you guys about. These are safety hasp. It's a swivel staple is what it's called, and it's like this. And it just, that way you don't have to stick anything through there to kind of hold it in place. All you gotta do is just give it a swivel. And I got one down here on the bottom as well. So that's just a little added double security. The door opens right up. I did get the corner braces in. So they're in. All four corners. Chicken wires on the back. And get out of here now. Okay. So if you're looking to do this, these are typically your better products to get. It's a swivel staple safety hasp, or safety hasp swivel staple, however you want to say about it, or however you want to say it. It's 3.5 inch, not too big, but it's big enough to do what you need it to do. All right, so the two 5-gallon buckets, there's two of these here. These are actually going to become my nesting boxes, and then I've got the lids there for them too, and I'll show you guys that process when I do that. I'm not expecting my chickens to climb inside five-gallon bucket. What we'll do is we'll take about this much off, just about a quarter of the way, a little bit, maybe even half the way back, and then I'll put and cut half of the lid, and then I'll put it on here, and then that will go right on the side there. I'll put a 2x4 on the side of the cage there. I'll strap it on there, and these things will screw right to it. And then they have little light nesting boxes that doesn't add a bunch of weight to the chicken tractor itself. All right, let me get this closed. All right, so now the next thing is tomorrow. Well, probably not tomorrow, because as soon as I get off work tomorrow, I have somewhere to go. So we have to go down and pick up our raw milk. So it's about 40-mile drive, and we have to be there before 7 o'clock tomorrow. So I may not get a lot done on this. All right. So the next project is put a 2x4, mount it to the bottom, to the middle, and bring it up to just about this height right here, and then put an angle bracket on it and come out about 16 inches. And then that will become what I hang my bucket on, my other 5-gallon bucket, for water. I'll have to get a little spout for it, and I think it's like a 1/4 inch spout. Drill a hole in the bucket, put it in there, and then attach it to my bell water, which will be my it's a continuous water, and then it'll go down in there and keep birds in water. And then all I got to do is just fill it from the outside here. I'm not going in and out, in and out, and in and out, and walking through a bunch of chicken poop. Okay, so that's what I did with my other chicken tractors, and it works out really well. Makes things very easy because the weight is on the back. Oh, I also need to put the wheels on the back of it tomorrow too. Well, probably Saturday. So it makes moving these things a lot easier because it keeps the weight on the back. I did get the eye bolts on, so there's an eye bolt, there's an eye bolt, and what I'll do is I'll string the rope between them, give myself enough slack, and then all I got to do is grab that rope, pick it up, and scooter forward. So that's the theory behind it. Works with the others, should work with this one. This one's probably going to be a little heavier, but it's not that you have to lift it up real high. I mean, honestly, just lift the front up about that far, and all you got to do is just walk backwards. You're essentially dragging it, but it'll have those wheels on the back that'll kind of help take that extra friction and weight that you're going to be pulling behind you. So, and if it's that bad, I'll use the little Kubota. I'll take it up there and move them. I don't care. It's going to serve a purpose. I did, by the way, my mind just today is racing. All kinds of thoughts going through my head. Too many projects. I found the tarp on Amazon when I did place the order. I think it come to like $46, something like that. But it wasn't going to get here till April the 6th, and I did not want to wait that long. Absolutely did not want to wait that long. If I can get this thing done this weekend, well, it's not going to be this weekend. The sooner I can get this thing done, the sooner I can get my chickens on the grass. Because I let them free range while I'm out here in the evenings, but I don't let them free range while I'm not here because we have too many hawks, foxes, and other stuff around here to eat them up. But I found it on eBay. If you do a search on eBay for like white tarps 10x16, it'll tell you need to order the next size up. So instead of 10 foot by 16, order 12 foot by 16, because the hems that's measured before they fold and sew the hems up. So you're actually 4 to 6 inches shorter on each side. So, well, on your length there, so the 10 foot, than you would be then ordering, so you have to order a size bigger. So instead of 10 by 16, I need a 12 by 16. So I went ahead and ordered that. $43 and change, free shipping. It'll be here on the 30th. And it may actually come a little sooner depending on where it's shipping from. So, and for why it wouldn't come up last night when I was looking on the internet for, or night before last when I was looking, or last night it was, I don't know why, but they popped up on there tonight or today. So I just went ahead and canceled the order off of Amazon and ordered them off of eBay. So now I know another place to get them when I do need them. So it's been kind of crappy here today, weather-wise. It's been a little cooler. It's been pretty windy, and it looks like we're about to have a pretty good cold spell come in. And that wind's been kicking here, and we got some dark clouds and stuff. Not calling for rain, but we're supposed to get a cold spell. And I think by Tuesday or Wednesday it's supposed to be like 18 degrees at night. Terrible, terrible. Everything's starting to green up already. Matter of fact, I'm even looking forward to cutting the grass for the first time this year, maybe. No, not really. I'm not, because that's just one more daggone thing I got to do on top of everything else. But that's it, folks. I did, like I said, I got this much done, and it's just simple right now. The stuff left is just tidy up stuff. So it's not been difficult. The end pieces with the chicken wire has been the most tedious. And that's just because of the wire clips that I've had to use and use so many of them to go along there to get that around there, because of course you're putting square wire on an arch. So, and you have to kind of get it on there real good, then you have to secure it. And so what you're not stapling, you're actually wire tying on there. So, or wire clamping on there. So, but still, it's not a technically hard build. It just is there is some tedious work to it. It's just like, geez, whiz, I'm never going to get this done. So, but that's been the most work I've done this evening. The most time was putting that on the back and getting it all secured down and everything. But again, not a difficult project, a little time consuming, but if you have a couple people working on it, you can pretty much knock it out really quick. But it's been mostly me because, the wife taking care of the kids and doing their homework with them and everything else. And I'm out here piddling around with this. So that's it. So I get this thing done. Hopefully Saturday I can finish this out, depending on the weather, and then all I'm doing is waiting on a tarp. And I may just go ahead and, if all I'm waiting on is a tarp, I may go ahead and just move it on up there to the field if that's all I'm waiting on when I get done with this thing, and that should be it. But I may just go ahead and load it on the back of the truck, take it up there. The other thing is, got to get that water tank, that big water tote, get it apart, get the tank out of there, get it painted and everything like that, and then let it dry and get it back in there. But again, weather depending. This time of year is so freaking crazy here in West Virginia. I mean, we go from spring to early summer to back to winter and then into fall and then mud season. And I think there's actually even a chance of snow coming up again. So let's hope we not see that, because everything's starting to green up and I'm really glad to see it. But all right, not going to ramble on about this. Another thing I do want to cover. So Biden did say today, he did admit that food shortages are coming. He referred to it globally because of Russia and Ukraine, because of what's going on there, those being two of the largest wheat producers and grain producers in Europe. Why it's going to affect us so much, I don't see it, unless it's going to be only because, and he didn't explain it too well, he mumbled a lot during that and fought a lot to find his words. But he was talking about the U.S. and Canada increasing their growth and production. I don't know how they're going to do that, because the farmers can't get the freaking fertilizer and stuff that they need. But anyways, if the U.S. and Canada is going to try to compensate for what Russia and Ukraine are going to be lacking and not be able to produce for Europe this year, I don't think it's going to happen. But of course, when you take one grain and increase that price and that demand, everything else is going to follow suit, and it already has started. So one thing I do want to do talk to you here is I'm going to tell you, right now, you should have already been doing this, but right now, and I'm not trying to instill fear here, and I don't want you to panic by it, but right now you need to be going and stocking up on some groceries, stocking up on some dry goods, stocking up on some good shelf-stable foods. The prices are already going up. Get them before they get too high, because they're, like I said, they're going to continue to keep going. Rice and beans is okay to a degree. You do not want to stack rice and beans to the rafters. You do not want that to be your only food that you have stored. Yes, it will keep you alive, but it is not going to be the quality or the complete nutrition that you're going to need. Get that canned meat, get those get that ground beef, and you know, either portion it out of 1 pound sizes and freeze it, or go ahead and get it pressure canned and get it put away. Buy you some chicken legs and some chicken thighs and stuff like that, or buy you a whole chicken and cut it up and start canning that stuff, pressure canning that. It's not difficult. If you can and you've got a pressure canner, you can do this, and it's not hard. The only thing is with the hamburger, a lot of folks will do a raw pack and do it like that, and you know, allow it to cook while it's being pressure cooked. We prefer not to do that. It's a choice if you don't want to do it. We prefer not to do it. We cook our hamburger first, drain the oil and the grease off of it, put it in a jar, pack it in there, and then we add beef broth to it. It still keeps a significant amount of fat, so you end up with a good fat layer on it, just about that much. But if you raw pack it, you're going to end up with a big old fat, thick fat layer. So your choice, whatever you want to do. But raw pack it, cook it ahead of time, and then get your chicken and stuff like that. Get that stuff canned. That way it is shelf stable, and you're not depending on refrigeration if you know, things do go south. And I'll be honest with you, I think if things do go south, it's going to be probably because of a cyber attack. I've got a lot of anticipation that's probably what we're going to see. And you know, it may not hit us here in my hollow in West Virginia. See them clouds behind me? That's some stuff right there, buddy. It may not hit us here in my hollow in West Virginia, but it may hit the bigger cities and stuff like that, and the bigger, more populous areas. And if it does, that demand is going to rise for food, and them store shelves are going to be empty, and that's where they're going to focus all their attention and stuff to those areas. So we're going to be left hanging, us rural folks. We're only going to be left hanging if we're going to be dependent on the grocery supply system, or the food supply. If we've already got it, we're taken care of, we can be self-sufficient, we're going to do it that way, and we're going to take care of ourselves. But again, I'm not trying to instill fear. I don't want nobody to panic buy. But if you do a $300, $400 Sam's run and can afford that, or Costco, or wherever you got in your area, I would highly recommend you do that. And I would highly recommend you get good shelf-stable foods, and get you some ground beef, get you some chicken parts and quarters, and or get you whole chickens and cut them up, and get them things canned and put away, and that way you've got it. Yes, you can do rice and beans. Yes, you can do pastas, but do not let that be your only survival food. Do not let that be your only preps. Canned meats, you know, canned fruits, things like that. Get you some canned chili. Make sure you got some flour, boy. You better get that flour. You better get it quick, because with wheat going like they're talking, it's going to get nasty. But just those good stable foods that you know you're going to be able to depend on if things do tend to go, or if things do go south. And like I said, I think they probably will. I think we're going to continue to see food prices go up, but I think within the next 6 months is when we're going to see it pretty much pop the lid. That's when it's going to go up. So it'd be best to be stored up and stocked up before that happens. So that's it. I'm not going to harp on that kind of stuff. I'm going to get inside because the sun's going down. It's getting a little dark out here. I know. That's the sunset behind me. Just sets the mountains on. Makes them glow. Love it. It's really dark that way. All right. So that's going to be it this evening. Folks, please take care of yourselves. Get yourselves situated and everything. Get yourselves prepared for this kind of stuff. If you know people who are like-minded, people who could benefit from this kind of stuff, people who like this kind of stuff, please share our channel with them. Share this video. Leave us a like on the YouTube channel. If you like it, leave us a comment. Tell us what's going on in your holla. And let's work together and starve the system. In the meantime, take care, keep prepping, and God bless.